Hello mountain bikers everywhere, my name is Doug Folks and I am an old man in Lycra, and this is the mountain bike channel for the mature rider. That's right, I'm afraid you're not going to see any of this, or this, and none of this. But in a new look show today, we catch up with South African mountain bike legend and ex-world champion Linus van Onselen. We meet the Valley Electrical Titan Racing young guns Rousseau and Tiffany at the recent Wines to Wales 3-day stage race. And we meet Linus's son Leonardo at Flandria Cycles, a 40-year-old cycle shop in Stellenbosch, Western Cape. But first, look at this. This is one of the first all-new, all-carbon, South African-developed Titan Racing Cypher 120s, which I'm going to be riding in the coming months. A full review of this great value, high-spec bike will follow, but for now, believe me, she looks fantastic, rides beautifully, and hasn't disappointed. This is the university town of Stellenbosch, situated 50 kilometers east of Cape Town in South Africa. It's a mecca for mountain bikers with a variety of trails that will test all levels of riders. It hosts many local events as well as regular stages at the Absa Cape Epic, and more recently the UCI World Cross Country Championships. At the base of the world famous Jonkershoek Trail network is the restaurant and cafe Ridein. Here I was fortunate to spend some time with South African cycling legend Linus van Onselen.
At the age of 16, when I decided to take up cycling, there was really not a lot of support. I mean, the rugby players and cricket players, they normally get the support. So it was a hard battle to get to the top. And then we were fortunate in Paarl that we had a track. When TV came in and the report tour, the track cycling wasn't the flavor of the month anymore. So we all went over to road riding, and then later, and that's now in 1995, I started my mountain biking career. And I think with the age group thing, you get a second life because you can compete against your age group. And I was fortunate to take part in the World Championships on 4 occasions where I won the World Championships, and other 3 occasions I was on the podium with the silver medal. And that's something I'm proud of, because some people do the local informal races. I wanted to be on the big scene. We must all look at our age, and I say to people who are in the corporate world, the stress factor, get something, do a sport. Because I'm a cyclist, I will say cycle. Every weekend there's a race, and you don't have to train 15 and 20 hours a week. That's what the professionals do. I think if you give yourself 7 hours a week, 7 to 8 hours, but one of those rides must be a 3 to 4 hour ride, and we've got time, especially over weekends, to do a little bit longer distance. And then when you ride, put safety first, try to enjoy it. What is very rewarding for me at the moment is the fact that Leonardo and I, him at the age of 40, I at the age of 66, can cycle together, and that we do a lot of races together as not really father and son, but where we link up as a team and we ride in the vet category. When we cross the line in the overall position, we are still there. I think it's not a lot of people that can really say they can do a competitive sport with their son at that age. And if you really ask Leonardo who's his best partner, he will say his dad, because I'm saying he's my best partner. I've retired twice before, where the newspaper actually wrote about it, that I'm retiring. So I'm afraid to say when I'm going to retire. But I think, yeah, I'll carry on. I don't want to be a world champ on 70, but I will still take part when I'm 70, if it goes my way. In 1985, we started a group in Stellenbosch, and we rode every morning just 20 kilometers. But with the cycling experience that I've got, we had a lot of starters that don't know the game, so I helped them. And we were 41 guys at a stage, because everybody wants to join because they get some advice on, even on saddle height and position and so forth. I never give a formal training program. I always say, come and ride with us. You will learn a lot, and Leonardo has the same approach. He's got a few guys that he's helping, and we've got riders that are coming through that are doing very well.
One such young rider has gone on to start, own and race in his own mountain bike team. I caught up with Ridein Cafe and his riding partner Tiffany Keep at the recent Wines to Wales 3-day stage race. I was actually riding the same event on my brand new Cypher, albeit 2 hours behind them.
So I'm Ridein Cafe, I'm 20 years old. I'm the owner and founder and manager of the Valley Electrical Titan Racing team. I'm also like a part-time student and a semi-professional cyclist. I've been riding my bike for as long as I can remember, and we at the Wines to Wales at the moment, where myself and Tiffany are riding with the mixed team.
Hi, my name's Tiffany Keep. I am a 19-year-old semi-professional cyclist / student. I started riding a bike when I was 3 years old and have really enjoyed the journey so far. This is my first year racing for Valley Electrical Titan Racing, and it's been a great year so far, a great season with the team. Really looking forward to what's to come.
It's great to have people to look up to in your life, and for me, Leonardo and his dad Linus was definitely people that I look up to, both having really great cycling results and much to teach and a lot to learn from. I've been involved with them and the Flandria Cycles for as long as I can remember, and they've always gone out of their way to help me and support me wherever they can.
My dad actually got me into the sport and is a huge inspirational figure in my life and how it became and developed into a passion of mine. I started actually competing on a more regular basis when I was around 10 years old and haven't really looked back since.
So this is the brand new 2020 Titan Racing Cypher RS team edition. It comes fully spec'd with all the bells and whistles, from electronic gears to carbon wheels, basically anything you can ask for. I'm actually running the bike stock standard. I changed the seat because of personal preference, and I put a bit of a longer stem just to accommodate my body position. But other than that, I just put on pedals and started riding the bike. So our bike has the Vittoria Barzo 2.25 tires. The wheels are Titan Racing's in-house carbon wheels with DT Swiss 350 hubs. The bike is full SRAM with SRAM XX1 axis group set and level TLM brakes. It's a full carbon frame with a option of either a lower or higher setting that can be adjusted in the flip chip. Suspension wise, we're talking RockShox SID up front, RockShox Deluxe at the back with a twin lock that locks out both at the same time. Big advantage on this bike is being able to run two big water bottles and a medium and a large. The flip chip I actually prefer to run in the low setting, just as I feel it's not really holding you back on the climbs, and it just makes it a lot more fun and capable on the downhills.
The Cypher RS team and this, the Cypher 120, share exactly the same frame. This, the trail version, has got more suspension front and back. It's got, of course, the dropper seat post, wider tyres and the Eagle GX group set. Ridein and Tiffany went on to a respectable 6th at Wines to Wales in Tiffany's first 3-day stage race. For the past 40 years, cyclists have been coming to Flandria Cycles in Stellenbosch for expert advice, whether they're buying or servicing their steed. I recently popped in and had a chat to one of the owners, and Linus' son, Leonardo van Onselen.
Cycling sort of is a family sport for me. It's something my dad's always done. I've got an uncle that cycled, and I sort of just fell into the sport over the years, so it was an easy sport to be involved in. For me, cycling was sort of time spent with my dad and time spent with my mom. She also rode a bit of bike, and essentially on weekends and early mornings before school, that was sort of our family time to an extent. So we won back then the Cape Argo Cycle to a family category for numerous years. Flandria Cycles was started in 1976 by two Belgian owners. They moved over from Belgium, and they basically started Flandria Cycles, that is today still Flandria Cycles, on a whim from the wife's brother, who already had a business in Stellenbosch, a butchery, which is next door to us actually. They opened a brand that came from the mid-60s as being the strongest brand in cycling in Europe. They had the best riders, they had ex-world champions, they won Paris-Roubaix, Tour de Flanders, all the big races, and they had the strongest cycling team of that era. Those original owners introduced everything that you see here today. So everything that Flandria is due to Danny and Vera Foscava. They introduced the gas section, they introduced the key section, and they essentially built it to the business it is today. It started as a family business, it's still a family business. My dad still does all our financial stuff, and myself and Alwyn, you know, we've known each other since I was probably 6 years old and got into Stellenbosch. So for me, it's still like family. It's a family business. We do a variety of bikes, and we've always felt that choice is important, so we want to have choice for everyone in price point for everyone. So we do full kids ranges, we do avalanches, we do Titan bikes, we do signal bikes, so that's 3 very strong kids range bikes. In the adult side or in the more mountain bike side, our main brands then become Giant, Scott, Cannondale and Merida. Those are essentially our 4 big brands. E-bikes is a massive market for us. It is definitely our biggest market at the moment. It's definitely outselling from the e-bike price point upwards. It is outselling the normal mountain bike market. I think in Stellenbosch, you know, the trails are more technical, it's rockier, it's tougher to get to the top, and the enjoyment is coming down the hill. If you're not an everyday cyclist and you're really just a weekend warrior, the e-bike is the perfect solution, because you still get a fun 2 hours of riding instead of suffering up the mountain for an hour and enjoying 10 minutes of downhill. You can now actually go up twice and have twice as much fun. Cycling for me is just a fun sport. It's something to be involved in, and it's just an active lifestyle. You can do it till you're 80. You can't run till you're 80 always. And I think that for me is the key part of it. You know, you can be fit and active and enjoy life for a lot longer.
And that's about it for this show. If you're in the Stellenbosch area, definitely take a trip out to Jonkershoek. Check out Ridein for a post-ride drink, a snack or even a full meal. Gavin and his team have bikes and e-bikes to rent, and day passes are available at the trails. If you want more info about the Titan Racing Cypher RS or 120, check the description below. If you've enjoyed this longer format show, leave a comment and share with your friends. And this Old Man in Lycra will see you next time.